A Saturday night in the middle of August, a game of substantive implications in the playoff picture. Louisville City is back home at Lynn Family Stadium tonight. They welcome for the first time in their history Rio Grande Valley FC. Joined by Jose Rodriguez, Mike Watts on hand. Take a look at the Eastern Conference standings, and they tell quite a story. They're presented by PowerNet. This Louisville City side gets one win. They're in third.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Listen, Mike, the time for moral victories is over. This is the time to shine. For Louisville City, the opportunity to get 3 points here tonight and jump all the way to the third spot and then continue to fight for the first two. We know how important that is coming into the playoffs here in USL Championship.
Conversely, in the Western Conference, basically this RGV side is in last because Las Vegas is completely out of the picture. But they win here today, and they are in playoff position. That's how tightly it's wound for the Toros. Let's talk about players to watch in this game. If you're Louisville, our player profile presented by Commonwealth Credit Union has to be Cameron Lancaster.
Well, absolutely. You know, a lot of quality on and off the field, the leadership, you know, part of the culture for so long for Louisville City. Cameron Lancaster, you have to expect him to be, you know, your player to watch every single night. It is tonight for us, and he's going to be very important, especially the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Meanwhile, Wilmer Cabrera Jr.
Well, you know, a goal scorer, you know, there's a lot of talk about, you know, Wilmer Cabrera playing and his father's team, but let's be clear about that. You know, he's scoring goals. He's earning his spot in the starting lineup.
All right, it is Wilmer and Danny, the coaches tonight. Wilmer Jr. and Cameron Lancaster leading the marquee. We're ready to roll here in Louisville, Kentucky. Lou City and RGV FC are coming up next.
Saving up for your goals should be effortless. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union invented Roundup. Roundup automatically puts money into your savings account by rounding up every purchase to the nearest dollar. So your morning brew? Savings. Dinner with friends? How about a side of savings? Mobile purchase? Mobile savings. In fact, last year our members saved $5.5 million just through Roundup. We'll even match your savings for the first 90 days. It's time to make your savings effortless with Roundup. Only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Ah, the smell of perfectly baked pizza and the sound of the big game is what you'll find at Boomba's Pizza and Watch Bar. Boomba's has been serving Louisville its award-winning menu for over 25 years. It's everything a sports fan could want before, during, or after a big game. Whether it's a traditional cheese pizza or an award-winning famous pizza, we got something for everyone. Calzones, cheesy pasta bakes, a fantastic kids menu, or a loaded hot sub. Boomba's is crafted for you. Eat, drink, watch at your favorite Boomba's. Boombas.com for daily specials.
Last week, Live Golf's Bryson DeChambeau made history in Greenbrier.
Incredible! The first sub-60 round in Live Golf history.
Next up, Bedminster, New Jersey.
Magnificent!
Where the Live Golf stars and their teams
The four aces, called a K, range goats.
look to position themselves for a title run.
We've arrived. This is what Live is about.
Live Golf Bedminster. Stream live Friday and watch live Saturday and Sunday at 1 Eastern on the CW.
Front loader odor. You know that smell when you open your funky front load washer? But at GE Appliances, we've engineered the first and only front load with an ultra-fresh vent system with odor block. Equipped with vents that help keep it dry and antimicrobial technology that protects against bacteria. Basically, funky to fresh, so you can
Shut the front door.
No one says that.
Another way we make good things for life.
No.
Welcome back to Louisville, Kentucky. Lou City and Rio Grande Valley set to match up at Lynn Family Stadium. Lou City 8 points off the top of the East, and the honorary captain giving some last-second thoughts to Oliver Zimla as we approach kickoff. With Jose, Mike, let's take a look at the starting lineup for Louisville City. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Breeze Airways. Nice, new, and nonstop. That's the Breeze way.
Well, a very dynamic lineup here for Louisville City, obviously with three in the back. You go through the wings, and that's where you need to find the balance, whether you go forward aggressively or you play with a five-man backline. Jimenez and Perez are going to be very important in the middle of the field. Gibson is that connection between the backline and the attacking part of the field. Obviously, you know, very aggressive side playing at home. They're going for 3 points here tonight.
All right, conversely for Rio Grande Valley under Wilmer Cabrera, this Louisville City side will try and get Cameron Lancaster matched up against this back line with Pimentel, who's been around the block, and Akwe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A 4-3-3 formation, solid as well. They're going to concentrate on playing good defense, on staying well organized, and then looking for counter-attack opportunities with Francois on the right side and Pinzon. And obviously, we know Cabrera is a goal scorer for them.
RGV's already ready to play this game. These sides met October the 1st of last season. It was their first ever meeting. Louisville won at 1-0. Wilson Harris the goal in the 32nd minute. First time these teams have ever met here in Louisville. Elton Garcia will do the honors tonight. RGV can go above the line. Louisville City can move one slot up the ladder. Big game between the East and Western Conference foes. For the first time at Lynn Family Stadium, Louisville City host Rio Grande Valley FC. Adams. You know, Jose, sometimes new player comes into a team and you maybe take a second as a commentator to try and identify them. That's not a problem for Kyle Adams.
No. I mean, he's been around, and as well, you know, he's easy to recognize. Yeah.
Jimenez, the aforementioned Adams. Derek. Well, that got the crowd amped up a bit. And that gets out of play. Tonight's weather report is brought to you by Advanced ENT and Allergy. Humidity is about 80%, 84 degrees when the teams took the field. It'll dip into the upper 70s by the time we conclude tonight.
Well, you know, it's going to be a challenge. But it's a challenge for both teams.
Well, RGV's sitting here going, 84 degrees, that's it?
Oh yeah, the most important thing right now for the Tourists is for them to stay well organized. You know, it's the start of the game. You know, you can expect Lou City to be aggressive, you know, to look for the first goal and go from there and start to dictate the tempo. So as much as you want to start to think about the whole picture right now for RGV is about surviving the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Winder. Akwe stepped in. Won't find Jimenez on the tap by Tellefson. And Tyler Derrick up and away. Throw for Louisville City. Commonwealth Credit Union has been bettering lives in the communities they serve since 1951. To learn more, visit WeSeeYouDifferently.com. There's Danny Cruz. He's starting to see this Louisville side a little differently in this three-back. Said the data, and to be fair, it's only one element. It's been really good. Lancaster, he scored in 3 games running. Lancaster, Derek denies. Well, it would be a goal in 4 straight games. A feat he's never accomplished in the regular season.
Well, just an outstanding play from Lancaster. You know, sometimes it's about the physicality of the game. Here's a ball through, but he needs to fight for this ball. He needs to fight for this ball against Cabezas. You know, so no easy task at all, but good control this time. Gains possession, takes a right-footed shot, and a wonderful save as well from Derek.
Corner for Louisville, speared away. Didn't bounce for Perez to take on the first time. Does streak free of Cabrera. Rolls across for Tellefson. Falls for Sharpie. Sharpie cross deflects Maris. Now it's Tellefson. Bounces outside Perez. Louisville bounding back onside. And eventually knocked away by the combination of Ruiz and Coronado. And the first genuine attacking effort from an RGV side that Danny Cruz was quite concerned about in transition.
RGV he's struggling a little bit with his spacing early here in the match. Defensively, already Lancaster with an opportunity taking the shot and the save from Derek, but you know, right after that on set pieces, they were regrouping on one side of the field, 3 players from Lou City in the far post wide open. That's something that they're gonna have to work on. You don't need to give as many chances to this Lou City team so that they can hurt you.
Winder overtaken by Ricketts. Crowd incensed. Ricketts rolled that the wrong way. There was a handball in the build-up. Jonathan Ricketts has had a nice year. He was the fan player of the year for the club last season.
So it seems like there's no handball there.
No, not for me. Ricketts didn't really argue that point too much either.
Yeah. The assistant referee had a good angle, so you know it did seem like a late call initially. So I'm assuming the assistant referee had something to do with it.
Forward from Tosh. Davila. Ricketts. Aquay. Be a bit familiar with him from his time in Loudoun, second team All-League last year. That's Davila. Slipping ahead, Pinzon. RGV corner, and we may go blow for blow in this game. Wilmer Cabrera said, if we don't start picking up 3 points at a time, the gap's going to get too wide to make up.
And he's absolutely right, but you know, I don't know if tonight is the night, especially against Lou City, to go all out. So, but it's a good start. Let's just, you know, keep it that way. It's a good start.
Corner kicks tonight are presented by Wi-Fi. Bouncing ball across the face. Coronado! You don't blame him for trying. It's set up really nicely.
Yeah, it is a great effort from outside the box. And it's risky at times, you know, when you take this type of shots because, you know, it could become a counterattack very quickly. But I think this is a great effort. There's a great shot just wide.
No, Jose, this is an RGV team. You can sit here and go, well, you know, outside of Vegas, they're the bottom of the Western Conference. They thumped El Paso, which fans here should be well aware of the value of that win. They beat Orange County 2-0 as well recently. That's the only loss they've had in their last dozen games.
Yeah, I think they are a different team, you know, than what we've seen in previous years. I think they have a little bit more talent, and you know, they can hurt you, but you know, at the same time, you have to take it step by step. And tonight, you're facing one of the top teams.
Aquay sprinted right into Winder. Give and go through Pimentel. Out to Aquay. Mark from Jimenez. He's bounded right back into a starting role here of late. Tonight marks his 11th start of the campaign. Amadou Dia was questionable coming into the night, so Perez starts in his stead. Brian Omby is unavailable, came off with a knock 10 minutes into the second half against Charleston.
Well, you know, when Jimenez is on the bench, it's honestly a luxury.
Yeah.
Right, because, you know, he's a starter in any other team in the league. Obviously very familiar here, and, you know, probably a fan favorite, you know, and he deserves that recognition. So when he's on the bench, it's just a luxury. And he comes in the second half, you're like, wait a minute, is this really happening? And, you know, that's the talent. You that we've seen throughout the years for this team.
I like the fit of him as a wing back as opposed to having to take on all of the load of playing in a 4.
Yeah, I think that really helps. Especially as you get older, it's not that you don't want the defensive responsibility, but you take the help.
Jose, when we wake up in the morning, it's tougher than it was a few years ago. I know that. I can't imagine still being a pro.
Yeah.
OJ at the tender age of 33. Adams tries to muck up the works away from Wilmer Cabrera Jr. Sent in by Ricketts, bounced to Tellefson, and back by Gibson. Francois. Pinzon. Side from Davila. Pinzon. Away from Francois. Toward the halfway line and kept away from Lancaster with a good bit of skill by Juan David Cabezas. Cabezas spent 4 years in Houston. Wilmer Cabrera Jr., I've spoken to a number of GMs at the midweek, midsummer meetings about how impressive he's been. Lancaster. Louisville in transition. The return to Lancaster. Chipped it high. He knew it. And he's frustrated by it.
Well, nice combination. And that's the game plan, at least in the first few minutes here in the game. It's just give RGV the ball, have them make mistakes, and then look for counterattack opportunities. Good combination here with Perez, give and go. And Lancaster, he's usually pretty effective around the box. If he takes that shot on goal, that's probably the first goal of the match. So, it's the right idea. It might not look good when you look at the possession numbers right now, but if you really go back into checking how many chances have both teams have been able to create, it's 2-0 right now for Lou City.
I was thinking about this going into the game. I asked Wilmer Cabrera, is this a game you're just going to have to sit and suffer? He didn't really lend to that. If you're Louisville, them sitting in a block makes it that much harder for you to break through. The goals haven't been plentiful this year. So if you get them out of their comfort zone in possession in the attacking half, there may actually be a little space on a broken floor.
Absolutely. I think that, sometimes, we concentrate on tactically what your ideal is when it comes to, a head-to-head situation where RGV is not a heavy favorite tonight. But sometimes you have to bring that element of surprise within the tactical setup. And that might be the case tonight for Lou City.
Cabrera aligns with Adams. Tees that up for Davila. They've switched the point. Ruiz bounced across the face of Pinzon.
And that's where you have to be a little bit better if you're Lou City that time. Adams, not a lot of pressure at that time, just kicking the ball away. Take your time, find the right teammate. If you want to have a transition play, go for it. But you just need a little bit of more quality that time, bringing the ball out from the back.
Derek. Lost by Francois. Might be familiar to fans of the Eastern Conference. Time in Rochester, Pittsburgh, Miami. Was in Reno out west. Had a really nice run of form under Ian Russell's tutelage.
for the Haitian national team as well for
Yeah.
quite a few years.
Capped for the national team without a goal at the senior international level. Winder, that's a big pocket of space. Winder winds up and sends that to the bar.
Well, you know, one more chance, you know, another clear chance opportunity from outside the box, not a lot of pressure. It seems like, you know, it's about, you know, taking a shot on target. That's the main thing right now for Lou City. Winder with plenty of room this time. But a good effort nonetheless. It's about capitalizing on mistakes from the middle of the field. That's the game plan right now for Lou City.
This is shot right at Zimla. First effort on frame for RGV tonight. Comes from the aforementioned Francois.
Obviously for Francois, you know, with him playing on the left side, you know, it's kind of predictable that he's going to make the cut inside. So you just basically have to defend him coming in rather than going out on the left. You might as well let him go. At some point, he's going to have to come back. You just, at this point, we all know Francois, so he's not going to surprise anybody.
Hey fans, when Lou City wins, you win. This season, Lou City has partnered with Wendy's to give you a free small Frosty if the boys in purple win. No purchase necessary. Offer valid the following day after a victory. Head to any participating Louisville area Wendy's location to redeem. Here he goes, cutting inside. Pinzon. Both these sides a little trigger happy here at the outset.
Yeah, not a lot of patience. You know, well, you know, I'll tell you this. I'm surprised that RGV, they have been able to have as much possession. I didn't expect them to start this well with the ball. But, you know, at the same time, it feels like Lou City is a lot closer to scoring the first goal. And yet they don't have a lot of possession.
Of course, Louisville coming off a game where the first 70 minutes or so, they really felt like they controlled it against Charleston. Only gave up one shot in the first half. A war of words is probably a bit strong, but some strong words from both coaches.
Yeah.
Ben Pierman and Danny Cruz following that game. And a foul that I think in hindsight we can all agree was a phantom one. Saved a point for Louisville on that night. Jimenez off the mark. That's a heavy touch. Kept away from Perez. Ben Pierman intimating that an 8-time conference finalist or better with Sterling Stadium gets certain calls you might not find for others. I'm of the belief that Pro doesn't pay enough money for referees to feel that way. Nevertheless, through from Ricketts. Cabrera looking for Pinzon and out for a corner.
Well, the concepts are there. Wilmer Cabrera should feel, you know, happy with the performance right now. It's just that when you're playing one of the top teams, you really want to capitalize on any momentum that you have. But, you know, the movement without the ball is there for the Toro. So, as of right now, a good start, but we remain scoreless. And, you know, you need goals to win games.
Taylor Davila over the ball. Ton of quality in that. For the near post, Adams was there. From Pimentel. What a stud of a player Eric Pimentel is. Won Liga MX twice, won Champions League twice. Club America. Jimenez and Winder. Winder absorbs and continues, and Coronado eventually just a little too much.
Well, sometimes that's required, you know, at this point for RGV. Because if you give the ball away in the middle, you need to stop the counter-attack as quickly as possible. So you get a foul here and there, you give your defenders a breather and allow them to set up. So that's the best case scenario for RGV. Although, you know, they have to be a little bit more careful with the ball in the middle.
It's Ruiz who broke up the pass for Perez. Speared down, that was awkward. Akwe up and away. And Sharpie making a new acquaintance. It's a quick restart. I'm not sure the ball stopped moving. I'm also not sure Louisville's going to complain about it now. Ball don't lie. Some would argue that goes both ways.
I'll tell you what, that's a big mistake from the referee. Big mistake. You just cannot allow that to happen.
No.
You know?
By the way, there are some games with big implications around this one played tonight as well. The referee's going to bring this back, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be worth it of a conversation, but, you know, probably, you know, in any other match, that might have been a yellow card. That was very late.
It feels like that's the only significant challenge we've had yet. Maybe that's the reason he's not flashing yellow yet.
Yeah, the referee, he probably doesn't feel, you know, that he needs to show a yellow card to settle things down, because it's the first real challenge.
Yeah. Winder. Gibson's return off the mark. Cabezas. Monterey Bay has just grabbed the lead against Tampa Bay, which could open the door to Louisville City hopping the Rowdies tonight for third place in the East. Match being played in St. Pete. Charleston and Detroit level in the Pierman Derby at halftime. All came from Moby Fair from Monterey Bay, by the way. Meanwhile, in League One, it's like every game has 4 goals in it. Goodness gracious.
You know, I love it that we're getting to the point where, you know, we really have to be scoreboard watching. Just because of the standings. But at the same time, you know, we're getting closer. That means we're getting closer to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, in May, no one's talking about the implications of a Monterey Bay goal against Tampa Bay and Louisville, I don't think. A scorpion effort by Pinzon back to Zimla. With RGV in particular, you know, Louisville 8 points off the pace, but in theory, got 10 games here down the stretch. Realistically, you could find your way into that mix if you rip off a winning streak. Lancaster's going to chase Derek. RGV trying to get into the playoffs. You win this one game, you jump 3 teams.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah, it is very tight. You know, probably not as tight as, you know, it has been throughout the year, really, in the West.
It's starting to pull apart.
Yeah, it's starting to change. I think this is about the time, right?
Right.
You know, where that happens. You know, it's been a long season already. So, I mean, a lot on the line, and I think that's going to be the case throughout the rest of the regular season. Every weekend.
Yeah, I mean, just this weekend, if RGV wins, they jump New Mexico, Phoenix, and Monterey, and move within one win of El Paso and Colorado Springs. It's just
crazy.
Yeah.
You win 2-3 matches in a row in the West, and you know you're in good form.
Yeah, you're catching anyone but Sacramento and San Antonio in no time flat.
Which at this point is pretty fair, you know, for them to have their own battle.
Sure. San Antonio's got 2 games in
Yeah.
hand, and RGV will see them on Wednesday night on ESPN2 in San Antonio, and a 5-point gap. So you go 5 points. Oh, Sacramento's got this enormous lead, but you know the 2 games in hand are paramount. A foul, not a plus. Cabrera's back up. A lot more extrapolated here in the East. The game's a little more even. Pittsburgh coming into the night holding that 8-point advantage over 4th place. 11 points above that home playoff line. That'll find Perez at full speed, driving toward Pimentel. Winder. That was a Francois seeking missile.
Yeah, I don't think that's not in RGV's advantage. You know, to constantly look for long balls. I don't know. I can see Francois fighting for every single one of them, but if he's able to gain possession, who's going to be right next to him? There's not a lot of pace at the top. And on the other hand, you know, it feels like Manny Perez needs to be a little bit more aggressive on the right side. You know, last play 1v1 situation with Pimentel. I don't know. I think he can win that matchup.
Well, Diaz available. I'm not sure for how much, so I'm sort of wondering with the 82% humidity and the 80-degree heat at kickoff. And again, I'm sure our GV fans are scoffing at this. They have a dry heat. Nevertheless, just how much Perez wants to expose that right-hand side, knowing he may need to go the distance tonight. Francois, that deflected. Adams, and Winder clears.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, Danny's not very happy about that long ball. A couple of times we've seen it in the first half. If you're going for that long ball, you need to find a purpose and not just thinking about clearing the ball away. I think that's not what we're used to from Louisville. So I would say not a lot of adjustments in the first half hour, pretty even. But especially when it comes to long balls, and even if you feel you can win those matchups because, you know, RGV, they don't have a lot of pace as well defensively, I think you need to have a little bit more of control as to what you really want to do with those long balls.
Winder will get a second look. Jimenez, Tellefson. Haven't heard much from that man, Dylan Maris. Gibson, that'll bounce back out to Perez. Trying to get by Ruiz. It's Jimenez, blocked. And the follow-up, ricochets free. That would have been onside. There's a player out beyond the end line, and there's going to be a foul and a yellow card for that. The slide from Manny Perez.
Well, a lot to talk about here. The ball bounces around on the right side. Manny brings a beautiful ball in, and what a save from Aquay. It's just outstanding the way he's able to stretch out his leg, you know, trying to predict where the ball was going. You can also see it as a missed opportunity, and in the end play, a sliding tackle that time from Manny Perez, just too late, and an easy call for the referee. And it's a yellow that time.
The yellow card on Perez presented by World of Beer.
It's, you know, it's a momentum type of play, right? You know, you really want to keep the play going. That time just too late. Look at the pressure from RGV.
Yeah. The fact they've been able to keep Jerson Echeverry as an assistant, Wilmer Cabrera coming back as head coach, honestly a bit miraculous. Cabrera, Davila. There may be no staff in the league who gets more from less historically than they do.
Oh, absolutely.
On paper, this might be the most talented team they've had. Francois kept that alive. Pinballs around Ruiz. Carried forward by Maris.
He needs to do a little bit more. You're absolutely right. Maris needs to be a lot more involved. You're a very good example.
You're paying him for that pocket right there.
Yeah.
There's Maris. He's fouled. Free kick, Louisville City. It is a third free kick.
And completely unnecessary at this point. Just past the 30-minute mark. You have been able to do, you know, a good job defensively, and yet here comes a silly foul. You give Lou City an opportunity to put numbers inside the box. Set piece opportunity. Boy, oh boy.
Free kick presented by Fifth Third Bank. Maris, Aquay, Tellefson. Tellefson trying to hold that just a bit longer. Coronado upfield. Francois, the danger man. Look at Cabrera racing out of midfield. Cabrera's there, but a heavy first touch. And he's giving it away.
What a beautiful run, though. A beautiful run. Unfortunately for him, he was not able to finish the play. But what a beautiful run from Cabrera.
Oh, my goodness. And you talk to his father, and he goes, my son and I were very different players.
Yeah.
You've got just a technical wizard wearing 13 on the field right now. All launched over to Lancaster and picked up by Derek. And then I love the way he put it. Wilmer Cabrera, the elder, the coach, said, I had to grow up with a knife in my teeth. Yeah. That's the world I lived in. You know, my son, it's been different for him, and ultimately that's what you want. Two supremely talented players.
Yeah. Just so different, though. I don't think he can take a lot of credit. Just the technical ability from his son. You know, maybe an uncle here and there, somebody else in the family. I'm sure somebody else played soccer. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of credit to Wilmer Cabrera, because, you know, what he has been able to do this year, you know, no disrespect, but I think a little bit unexpected, right? Keeping the ball in play. Is he listening to us, Mike?
You know, I'm sure those are the wrong boots. I was asking him whether or not he still sort of laced them up once in a while and had to go on the field. He didn't really lend much to it in training, but they did have a staff versus doctors game they played down in the Valley. Apparently he bagged 7 goals. Jerson Echeverry bagged another 5. They beat the Doctors 14-4. Cabrera. Just not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair. But that was not Wilmer's best touch.
timing of that was just perfect, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Him getting that touch as we were talking about it.
I'm grateful. Coronado. Five clean sheets away from the league's single season record. As a rookie, he's already smashed through that glass ceiling. 11 clean sheets and 20 starts for Ali Zimla. That's a clever ball through. Lancaster identifies Cabezas, swings across for Perez. Tellefson. Derek reaching up over Winder.
10 minutes to go here in the first half, and the most important thing for RGV is to close out the half in the right way. I think they're playing a good game, solid game, limited mistakes, at least in the last 10 to 15 minutes in the middle, and that has kept away Lou City from creating opportunities. So right now, 10 more minutes, Mike, and if they're able to close this out, they might have a chance in the second half.
Adams. Jimenez. Tellefson. Sharpie. Ruiz. Picked off by Maris. A little Tyson Anderson in him tonight. Tellefson orchestrating. Jimenez diving down the edge and lost his footing. Cabrera. Down by Adams. Quick restart. Davila. Decent ball in. Pinzon. Pinzon onto his favored right. Deflects, and Gibson clears.
Not a lot of movement that time. Pinzon in the middle. Francois far on the left side. Didn't want to get involved at all. He's going to need some help.
Gibson.
That's where midfielders for Lou City, they have to be more aggressive there. They have plenty of room.
There's Maris. Keep away from Ruiz. I wish you had a telestrator to show what you just did.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of room there in the middle.
Tellefson came into a pocket where there couldn't have been anyone within 10 yards in any direction.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. I think that would be one of the talking points for Danny during halftime. They just have a lot of room to work with in the middle.
Perez. Olay.
Sounds right.
Yeah, not that time. That's payback, huh?
Well, that's how it goes. So Perez gets, showboating a little bit a few seconds ago. Guess what? That's not going to last for too long.
I don't know. It was the most logical way to move the ball, wasn't it? Over the top here, Jimenez is offside.
know, we're talking about long balls a few minutes ago. That's a lot better. That's a long ball with a purpose. You know, good movement without the ball on the left side, behind the center back. That's a lot better. You're just trying to clear the ball away and kick it as far as possible from your goal. That's not a lot of quality there.
Davila. Doche. Former teammate, I believe, with Francois in Rochester. Off by Cabezas, down goes Winder, free kick Louisville as the groove machine keeps grooving here in Louisville.
Just unfortunate here for Cabezas because he's able to win possession, but a rare mistake from a veteran player. He tries to keep the ball with several teammates around. Just keep the ball away, easy pass to your right, to your left. Find an outlet, keep the ball moving. That's all he needed to do. Instead, he tried to keep possession and then commits a foul that again gives an opportunity from a set piece to the home side.
This free kick presented by Fifth Third Bank. Maris finds Tosh, hangs it up there and away from the line. Derek went crashing. Perez stridently layers through. Colin! Dylan Maris! The breakthrough is magnificent for Louisville City.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful play. Here's where it all starts. A second chance here. Manny through the middle. A beautiful ball right there. And Dylan, what a beauty. Goal of the week already. It's a great setup from Manny. Give him a lot of credit. A beautiful play for him in the middle, creating chances, creating a lot of room inside the box. And Dylan Maris, what a beautiful finish. Left-footed strike. Very well placed. Not a lot to do for Tyler Derrick. A beautiful goal. What's the end of the half? Perfect timing.
That goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. The Kentucky Lottery. Fourth of the year by Maris, second assist of the season for Perez. Maris in his 101st league appearance. You saw him gradually migrate further wide as the half progressed. Get into the game a bit more. RGV seeking a response. Benzon attempted a bike up in the air and wide from Ricketts. We saw quite the bike from Nico Brett against Colorado Springs last week. Ricketts was trying to do one better.
Happened to be on the call for that game.
Oh.
And I really thought, is this going to happen back to back? Is this a weekly thing for me now? It's a very, very nice try. Good ball as well here from Pinzon.
Gibson's lucky he's not been gashed as well. Coronado, Francois. RGV have taken this season just 7 points out of the 12 games in which they conceded the opening goal. A win, 4 draws, 7 defeats.
Well, especially tonight, you know, it's going to be really hard for them to come back. It's heartbreaking. You know, you played a solid half. You had a lot of possession. Yes, you were not able to create as many chances, but you had the ball, which, you know, it's a little bit unexpected as we were coming into the game. And then, you know, just a wonderful goal from Dylan Maris. Just practically changed the game all around.
If you're RGV, how much are you contemplating change at this halftime? Or does the goal not really alter your perception that much?
No, I don't think you need to change a lot. You know, I think it's the mental part of the game here more than anything.
Perez on the move. Telfson wanted that played square. It never arrived. Pick it up a bit deeper now. Kept alive by Jimenez. Stoppage time is presented by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The referees have added 1 minute.
A well-played half. You know, nowadays when you get a minute or two, that means you've been able to watch some good quality soccer. If you get 9 minutes, 10 minutes, that means something happened and it was time wasting or whatever. So I think I take the 1 minute as a good sign.
I was talking to a graphics creator, as this goes back to Derek. He said, I'm working on a new package for a client that you see on the screen, like what you see in the upper left right now. He goes, I'm thinking, should I have the clock continue to count up from 45 like it does here? Do I have a second clock drop down? Because now that we're doing like 13 minutes, I feel like I'm asking fans to do a lot of math.
Yeah. You know, we've seen it. I mean, 10 minutes, 13 minutes.
The last 2 World Cups, the men in Qatar and now the women here down under.
Yeah.
A lot of stoppage time. Certainly less in the women's game. They get on with it as opposed to the men where, you know, if you've got an extra half hour, they'll light it on fire for you. Anywho, here's the tackle by Maris.
Yeah, late. There's another look. Maybe worthy of a yellow card as well, but, you know, didn't happen.
The referee was going to let them play that, and RGV said, no, send us to the dressing room. In doing so, Louisville heads into halftime with the 1-0 lead from Dylan Maris in the 42nd.
Well, yeah, you know, Lou City, they didn't have a lot of possession, but, you know, they were able to create plenty of chances. They had several shots from outside the box. And for RGV, you know, a solid half, a very surprising one. They play at a high level, but, you know, you give one chance Lou City and they will capitalize on it.
Coming up at halftime, Titus Verhey tonight, the captain for Louisville City. Tell you all about his journey and how Louisville City has partnered with Norton's Children to take Titus in to the team this week. Halftime presented by Breeze Airways. It's coming up next.
Watch WDRB mornings and don't miss out on top stories.
We will make sure you are informed and in the know.
So wake up with WDRB for local news, weather, and traffic all morning long.
Don't get stuck in traffic.
I'll show you traffic alerts and the quickest commute routes to make sure you get to work on time.
And don't get caught in the rain because you weren't prepared.
I'll give you the weekly forecast and make sure you're ready for any severe weather threats all morning from 5.
Commonwealth Credit Union is growing and hiring. If you have a passion to help others, come check us out. Our mission is to better lives in the communities we serve through financial products and services, leading-edge technology, and a commitment to treat every person with respect. If you'd like to join our team, visit our website to learn more about our extraordinary culture, pay, benefits, and the many more reasons we are voted the best place to work in Kentucky. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Choose your character. Enoch Mushagalusa, Ray Serrano, Manny Perez, Wes Sharpie.
It's game time.
Watch Louisville City FC take on Birmingham Legion August 19th at 5:30 on My 58.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Kroger, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Boost by Kroger Plus is more than worth it.
Give it to me, I'm worth it.
With 2 times fuel points and free delivery, you can save up to $1,000 per year. Try Boost free for 30 days. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Halftime is presented to you by Breeze Airways. Nice, new, and non-stop. That's the Breeze way. Louisville City a 1-0 lead at the break over RGV with Jose. Mike, let's take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship and beyond. NCFC is back. That's the and beyond part. From League One, they're going to make the move back to the championship as they were before the pandemic.
That's great news. That's great news. A great organization. I think North Carolina, the USL Championship will get better as North Carolina gets back to USL Championship level. And you have a player of the month for us.
Yes, Tani Oluwaseyi. RGV's about to become real familiar with this dude. 8 goals in July, and he's now the leading scorer league-wide. You'll see San Antonio, Rio Grande Valley on August the 16th, Wednesday night, 9 Eastern on ESPN2. Let's get you caught up on the schedule around the championship this week. ESPN2 has San Antonio and RGV. Orange County, Pittsburgh, also on the Wednesday night slate. All of a sudden, that's a really good match.
Yeah, again, week by week, as we look at the schedule, we're going to find several matchups that are really interesting because of the standings and how close we're getting to the end of the regular season. That will dictate how important matches are. RGV and Phoenix, I think that's a good matchup as well.
There are games ongoing here tonight. That Pittsburgh match got severely delayed. I'm not sure if Sean St. Jacques is ever going to call this thing, but poor dude. No, it's still delayed. All right, they're playing Hartford eventually, we think. Indy's got a lead. Tampa Bay got 2 goals right out of the break to grab the lead.
Well, how about Indy?
Yeah.
Going on the road against Miami. Miami looking different in the last few weeks. Louis Neal taking over, and, they're struggling at home tonight.
Adrian Dees-Pay with D's goals. The 51st minute for Indy 11 and trying to pick up a big 3 points. All right, we've got more coming up here, including Titus. We'll tell you all about Titus and the role he's had around the team these past few days. Fans here enjoying a beautiful Saturday night out in Butchertown. Lou City 1, RGV 0 at the half, which is presented by Breeze Airways.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Here gives it a go, and Zuhair from distance! How about this start for San Davila trying to sneak one in and does! Oh my goodness, RGV, a fantastic goal.
Welcome back. Tonight's halftime is presented by Breeze Airways. Nice, new, and non-stop. That's the Breeze way. Meet Titus Verhey. He's battling a rare form of cancer that affects the eyes. Titus undergoing chemotherapy at Norton Children's. He's tonight's superhero of the game. He was signed to a one-game contract and named Lou City's honorary captain tonight. He took part in training yesterday, played ping pong with the players in the locker room afterwards. Speaking with Danny Cruz yesterday, he said as he introduced Titus to the team, his smile lit up the entire room. He found himself overwhelmed with emotion. He told us this is what this is all about as a club for this community. He thanked Titus, as the players did, for a touch of inspiration and strength that all of us could admire. It was a really beautiful sight yesterday at training for these players and the staff. You can see Danny with his arm around the newest charge for this Lou City side as they unveil his number 8 jersey, one that Carlos Mogel was more than happy to share. Just magnificent. Meanwhile, we got a chance to see him put the skills together pregame as well. He was maybe the best cheerleader, but also has a pretty deft touch.
Yeah, just just a great story, a great moment, and you're absolutely right. This is bigger than the game, right? These are the moments, that make it worth it. And look at that, that hug, that. It's just unbelievable.
There was a really good local news story that ran that you can find online where his mom speaks at the press conference, and there are certain days where he's asking, okay, is this the chemotherapy day, or trying to keep track of trying to be well again. But this day was circled for a different reason, and you could tell the emotion in his mom in that moment, and it brought tears to my eyes. This a spectacular story, and one that certainly you'll hear much more about. Big thumbs up from Titus as he helped the players back into the locker room pregame. Meanwhile, it's halftime here in Kentucky. We're going to go compose ourselves, and the second half is coming up. Louisville City 1, RGV nothing. Halftime presented by Breeze Airways.
Taking care of your teeth and gums helps control blood sugar levels. A healthy smile means a healthier you. We can help you get there. Mortensen Family Dental. Schedule online at mortensondental.com. Did you know taking care of your teeth and gums helps lower your risk of heart attack? A healthy smile means a healthier you. We can help you get there. Mortensen Family Dental. Schedule online at mortensondental.com.
Welcome back to Lynn Family Stadium. A look at the bridge, illuminated in purple tonight here in Butchertown. The interstate overlooking this magnificent venue that opened in 2020. Lou City a 1-0 lead at the break. Mike, Jose, let's get you all caught up. Jose also did the face paint tonight, but to a different effect. All right, let's show you the first half highlights, of which there are many. This was a really fun opening first half for us.
Yeah, a very well played half. It all started in the 3rd minute. First opportunity of the match for Lou City. It's going to be Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a long ball here from Adams. Ball through. The most important thing of the play here is how he's able to win the matchup physically with Cabezas, which, again, it's not very easy to do. Takes the shot, and Derek with a great save. Just 4 minutes later, and this is how the game started, really, back and forth. Opportunities for both sides. Coronado here with the left-footed shot that goes just wide. Man, that could have changed the game.
Certainly could have. Meanwhile, RGV started to throw a flurry of punches around the quarter-hour mark. That's Francois right at Zimla. Skip ahead to the half-hour mark, and Louisville started to reestablish themselves, especially with that combination of Perez and Maris wide. This from Jimenez blocked.
Yeah, as they continue to push on the right side, I think they felt a little bit more comfortable there. They had a bit of more room 42nd minute, just 3 minutes away from the end of the half. As RGV was trying to close the half out, well, here's what happens when you give Manny an opportunity through the middle. He's going to create an opportunity, moves past Pinzon easily. Coronado steps up. Yeah, he moves away from him, sets up Dylan Maris, and what a finish it is. Just a beautiful setup initially, and just as beautiful the finish. Tyler Derrick, you know, he can try it several times. He won't not get to the ball.
Dude is an archer, and that's why you always recycle. All right, let's take a look at first half stats. Presented by Pave Masters. Louisville more the chances, even if possession not in their favor.
Yeah, you know, sometimes the possession game is not what you need to win games. I think that's the case tonight for Lou City. They just need to be effective and take advantage of silly giveaways in the middle for RGV. As you give them more of the ball, then, you know, they'll be more exposed to committed mistakes in the middle. So the 54% for RGV, if it doesn't translate to shots on target, it doesn't mean that much.
All right, Lou City the advantage over RGV. Long way to go. The sky has turned orange. The celebration continues of the honorary captain tonight as Titus honored by the velvety tones of Lance McGarvey over the public address system. And the Louisville players have turned to applaud, along with the RGV players here, for a young man signed to a one-game contract in partnership with Norton's Children's.
Those are the moments, Mike. I'm telling you.
All our best to that young man and his family. Just the beginning. Second straight year that Lou City has partnered with Norton Children's. Clock's been reset to 45. We're about ready to roll here in Kentucky. There's the whistle. RGV has some work to do if they're to move above the playoff line tonight. Lou City could move to third, although they've since watched 3 goals in the net for Tampa Bay.
Well, it's not going to be easy. You know, they're going to have to keep fighting for third place. We know how important it is to finish at the top. But, you know, the playoff format in USL Championship, it's a little bit cruel, and, you know, it might happen. We've seen it happen before. You finish in first place in the regular season, first game of the postseason, and you're out.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you remain close to the first spot, then, you know, you might end up with, you might end up playing at home for most of the postseason.
I mean, I just talked to a club president on Tuesday night in Colorado Springs in the midsummer meetings who said, just get us in.
Right.
1 through 8, doesn't matter. Perez, Lancaster turns, deflects across the face of Winder, and out for a Wi-Fi corner kick.
Well, we touched on this a little bit early in the first half. Manny on the right side, Manny Perez, it's a good matchup for him tonight. So he needs to be aggressive. Again, plenty of room, brings the ball in. Cameron Lancaster, great control as well. Quick turnaround, the shot blocked that time.
Corner kick presented by Wi-Fi. Maris already curled in a goal back in the 43rd minute. Adams fighting for it, and Derrick comes out and collapses toward the ball. Pinzon. Maris. Pinged right at Derrick. Coronado, Cabrera, tab more central, Pinzon, Ruiz. Through ball that Perez combines Ruiz to eventually knock it off his shin.
risky tackle that time. Better's already with a yellow card. If he's late to that ball, it's bad news.
Well, this Louisville defense is good as their offense has struggled. They've now scored 25, conceded 24 on the season, and a number of those came in that 2-game span in the midst of the Open Cup. It's El Paso and Sacramento. Cabrera. Forgot the pins on. Still Cabezas. Davila. Coronado. Ruiz. Spin cycle on Perez. To your point, I would think RGV highlighted the fact that Manny's on a yellow.
Yeah.
Been after him.
Yeah, they're pushing him. They're pushing him. They're looking for the second yellow, and they know that can turn the game around. But you know, at the same time, you really have to be careful because, you know, if Manny gets a hold of the ball, there's no way you're stopping him. So if you're going to push him, especially on the left side, you better be careful on the turnaround.
Francois off of Gibson. Corner RGV. In front of Scouse's house. Cabrera. Header snapped down! Oh, that's impressive! Juan David Cabezas! A blasted headed goal off the corner. RGV level.
Man, oh man, just what the doctor ordered. A goal early in the second half, coming in from set pieces. They had a lot of possession in the first half. Well, set pieces always come to the rescue. Huge mistake defensively here. Plenty of players inside the box. Nobody makes an effort on the ball. Man marking. And guess what? Cabezas frees himself up. And it's a finish from him in front of goal.
First of the season for Cabezas. And RGV and Louisville now on level terms. Louisville felt like they controlled most of that game against Charleston, but they were hugely dissatisfied with how they responded once Charleston had pulled level. Now we're going to find out what they learned from that last game. Slid ahead for Winderock.
A lot of talk about that play, and a lot of work will be done in the training field so that doesn't happen again. Especially at this point in the game. It's really, really early. You don't want to concede a goal here.
Apologies for our technical difficulties here in Louisville. Still 1-1 between these teams. Rio Grande Valley just pulled level on a header by Cabezas. Now about 4 minutes ago. Louisville the opening goal here tonight. There's the deft foot of Cabezas putting it wide. Third assist of the year for Wilmer Cabrera Jr. RGV into the penalty area through Ricketts. Zimla got a piece, and Francois commits the foul.
Tell you what, this is shaping up to be a very, very interesting half. You know, it's RGV knocking on the door and scoring the equalizer early in the second half. And now they believe they can win this game. Now they believe they can score in Lou City. Forget about, you know, standings and forget about anything else. Players on the field right now for the Toros, they believe they can win.
And they did not come here saying we're here to get a draw. And there are coaches that will say that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
However, a win here puts them above the line. A draw allows them basically to keep pace with the line this week.
And a win, you know, other than what it would mean in the standings, in terms of confidence, coming in here and winning this game, and we go back to what we were talking about in the first half. You win 2 or 3 games in a row in the West. You know, it's looking different if you're able to do that.
Maris, he's got the Louisville goal. It's in the 42nd minute. Gibson didn't get there. Out to Ricky Ruiz. He's twice named to the All-League team in League One. Francois. Pinzon. A while for Louisville. You got to win here tonight. Even a draw that's tied for the longest as Coronado shows his frustration. Longest unbeaten run of the season. It would be 4 in a row in the league. There's Wilmer Cabrera. 3rd season in his 2nd stint. 5 years in totality at RGV. 18-year playing career began in Colombia. Finished with the Long Island Rough Riders. Capped just shy of 50 times for the Colombian national team. With a knife in his teeth, as he'll tell you. Maris, too far for Winder.
I think these are the moments in particular where you really miss Brian Ownby. He's the type of player that can really, you know, turn things around, and you know, with one run, one pass, can really give you an opportunity to overcome. What's right now is probably the worst moment in the match for Lou City. I don't think they have been able to recover from the equalizer yet.
Stumbling through Maris. Rips down Pimentel. That comes with a card, yeah, for sure. Second card issued tonight. And it's presented by World of Beer.
Yeah, right now I think it's more about intensity. You know, I think this is the perfect example. You know, 2 players from RGV go immediately for the ball, and then Pinzon comes in. And guess what? Dylan Maris is all by himself. You know, if you're Lou City at this point, you really need to match the intensity from RGV.
There's your World of Beer yellow card to Dylan Maris. By the way, for Louisville, that opened up a spot in their 18. It's Carlos Moguel who's gone back into the 18. Cabrera. So Powells and Harris, your 2 forwards available for Louisville tonight. McCabe could play any number of positions. Serrano could play wide. Got a lot of attacking options here if they want to go chase this thing in a different way down the stretch. Play on. Francois doesn't like it when the shoe's on the other foot with Tosh. It's all fun and games when he's on your team. Slid across toward Francois. Davila for Ruiz.
So again, another opportunity here from a corner kick for RGV. Let's see if Cabezas is able to try it one more time.
Cabrera did get Cabezas. It was the same run. This time Zimla will collect the trash.
A good cross coming in, you know. I think that that's maybe the one thing that I forgot to mention in the goal as well. You know, as much as it is a mistake from Lou City allowing Cabezas to, you know, score from such a short distance on a corner kick, you really need to put a good ball in. And Cabrera was able to do that.
They were tempting Francois. Now Adams. Maris. Sees Tellefson again. Didn't find it. Tosh looking to manipulate. Maris thought he had support out there. Didn't see Jimenez out beyond him.
Well, you know, it might be around the time where Danny Cruz needs to make a decision. Maybe trying to bring in fresh legs.
Martin Powell's just inched over the coaching staff. Lancaster at Tyler Derrick. Bouncing ball, falls to Cabrera, overtaken by Tosh. Well, he created a problem, but he certainly solved it.
Yeah, big no-no from Tosh that time, letting that ball bounce in front of him.
Dips into Lancaster. Nothing there on the push from Akwe. All the way down to Adams.
Well, it looks like the referee made a decision to let them play in the second half.
Jimenez. It's an uneasy feeling here right now. Off of Maris. Change coming for Louisville. So it's going to be Amadou Dia for Oscar Jimenez. It'll be Powell's on for Maris. And Mogel in for Tellefson. Triple sub from Danny Cruz.
Yeah, and all of them in the middle of the field. It feels like Danny, that's where he sees the game developing the wrong way for them.
Substitutions are brought to you by Fortna. Mogel's got the mask. See the dark night of this evening. Good to see Dia back. Told it was more precautionary that he came out just shy of the hour mark against Charleston. Probably notable that they've actually left Lancaster in there with Powell, so how they're going to play with one another going to be intriguing, but you've also got Wilson Harris to bring on later. Clearly not ready to say they're done yet with the guy who scored in 3 straight games and bagged 4 in his last 7. Maris taking the long walk.
Yeah, I was surprised because I think I saw him on the field for a while.
It's a triple sub. He should have plenty of time to walk off the field. Nope. Take a little time with the Purple family, I hope. Miguel kept that moving. Dia. Lancaster! Whoa! Whoa, what a goal! Louisville ahead! But it's offside. They've waved it off. That was symphonic stuff from Louisville right until the record scratch.
And what a beautiful finish. I'm happy we saw it.
Adams up, Francois is there, Zibla goes down, he's got it. And now Mogel the other way. The fuse has been lit. The smoke is still billowing. And we'll see in a moment the widest angle we've got. Powell's unable to hold up Akwe. Francois navigating. Cabrera. And that is Perez exterminating. He's brought down by Francois. And they've given the foul against Perez. Somewhere, Ben Pierman has thoughts.
Well, you know, I think, you know, the referee makes no call on the initial contact. And then, you know, as Manny holds on to the ball, I think that's where the referee makes the decision. Clearly, home fans do not agree with that. But regardless, it's an opportunity here, and a good one for RGV.
Put in play to the top of the area, Pinzon. Gibson ushered it out, never got to Davila. All right, let's take a look. Is it offside? Well, it's a great finish, I know that.
Yeah, this is not, you know, the perfect angle to take a look at it. But what a finish.
Perez celebrating.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, we have no good look.
Yeah, it's really tight.
Well, Louisville would just need to do it again. Maris, Perez onto his left, deflecting off Pimentel. Akwe puts it out for a throw.
Good effort from Pallasdale. They're not giving up on the play, putting pressure on Akwe and forcing him just to give out possession once again, not allowing him to come all the way from the back.
Up and away, and Danny Cruz will keep it moving. Tosh. That belongs to RGV. Racing Louisville fans, next home match here at Lynn Family Stadium is Saturday, August 19th. Regular season is back on, 7:30 p.m. against Angel City. Come out and support Racing Louisville FC. Tickets are on sale now. RacingLouFC.com/tickets. What a story Australia have been in the World Cup. And Alex Chidiac is in a World Cup semifinal.
I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy World Cup.
And most would say it's been an amazing World Cup,
yes.
Although I can understand why some Americans might not feel quite that way. Blinder targeted on that right-hand side. think 1, 2, and 4 are all out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the growth of the game. You know, competition is a lot better now than what it was years ago.
For what it's worth, that's the Fill the Fam game for racing. They've already sold over 6,700 tickets for that. It's going to be the largest crowd they've had all year, and the players there have been begging to get more fans in the stands. They've made the Challenge Cup semifinal as well. I'll be calling that game. Anywho, Perez crossing, seeking Powell's. Scoop back up by Gibson. Powell's, Aquay, that's Mogel. Hey fans, you can head to Twitter, vote on tonight's Lynn Family Sports Vision and Training Man of the Match. Poll open now for the next 10 minutes. Vote now, twitter.com/LouCityFC.
Here we go again with RGV, Mike. You know, late in the first half, we talked about closing out the half. They were not able to do it. Well, they have another opportunity here. Getting a point from tonight's match, it'll be gold. But more than that, obviously, the performance will take them a long way. But you really need to close things out in the last 20 minutes. Solid defensively. If you have an opportunity, you can steal 3 points, so be it. But it all starts with the work defensively and not giving balls away in the middle.
Mogel, where should that be? Nolan's moving around him. Winder, Perez, Powell's all the way through, past him. Dia, ball deflects away, picked up by Lancaster. Still work to be done. Head on a swivel, cross deflected. Lancaster will go again. Crank service, Aquay. Kept by Gibson. Mogel, a blast deflects. Dia off the post. Winder finishes it. Louisville ahead.
And they were knocking on the door until Winder was able to open. And I'll tell you what, there was a serious argument for a foul, for a penalty on Amadou Dia on the play before. But let's forget about that because they had a couple of chances right after it. And Winder, in the end, gets the final touch, and to the back of the net it goes. And unfortunately for RGV, again unable to close out the half. They concede the lead here. Let's take another look. Aquay, they clears the ball away. Mogel with the first opportunity, blocked that time, and Amadou Dia still in play. Takes the left-footed shot, hits the post. One more chance. This time, it's a goal for the home side. You know, it's crazy how Amadou Dia stays on the floor just as he was waiting for maybe a penalty. And those few seconds that he was able to stay there were crucial in terms of the positioning he had just a few seconds later on the field to take that left-footed shot.
That goal was presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. The Kentucky Lottery. Winder in the 72nd, his second of the season. And just when it looked like there was a lid on that goal, Winder blasts it home, puts Louisville ahead, and RGV will have to get after it once more. Did Ruiz just grab the ball before it crossed the line? All the while, play on. Off the head of Dia. Get the feeling that's what Danny Cruz is saying. Isn't that a handball? Instead, it's a corner.
Well, he probably has an argument because the assistant referee, if the assistant referee didn't make a call, then it is a handball.
Ball across that was waved dead. Cabezas and Perez matched up. Let's take a look, because this is one of those in the build-up moments. And that extra half second is time Louisville's getting back. That's the argument. That's why it's an advantage. Corner for RGV. Cabezas the target. Away from Aquay. He's on it now. And Louisville's pulled it away through Sharpie and sent it as far as they can. We're going to find out that that was like an inch and a half over the line. Ball for Cabezas. Aquay perhaps got in the way and offside.
You get a lot of the intensity from RGV. I think, you know, it's, again, this is no time for moral victories, and it won't be one. But the intensity, you feel like this team is not far away.
So that is Jose Torres, 3-time Champions League winner, 4-time Liga MX winner. Played at the World Cup and the Gold Cup for the U.S. There's Ritondale. Coronado's done. Subs brought to you by Fortna. Juan Galindres in as well. So a triple sub in response here for RGV. Francois comes off. Poor Brent, just trying to keep up with all the subs. Bouncing through, Blinder had no chance.
Well, Galindres did get a start in the game against the Las Vegas Lights. So he should be very comfortable with Cabrera and Pinzon at that top.
You know, you talked to Wilmer Cabrera, and he didn't say we were disappointed. He said we were embarrassed by the performance against Las Vegas. That was the free square that they just did not play to their standard and dropped 3 really obvious points in the playoff race.
Yeah, those 3 points, you know, at the end of a regular season, that might be the difference maker.
They know it too. Ritondale hung up for a long, long time. Galindres, the cross, Ritondale at the back of Perez. The atmosphere sounds good here. We'll tell you in a moment. You can find your way in sooner rather than later. Here's a change for Louisville. Sub brought to you by Fortna. That is Ray Serrano coming on for Manny Perez. Really good stuff from Manny tonight.
Solid performance. Solid performance. You know, aside from the assist on the first goal, I think he just played a solid game. He understood exactly what his role was, and defensively as well. In the second half, especially, I think he was able to adjust really, really quickly.
Cabrera sliding into a shot. That's a wall of purple. Zimla, rather than concede a corner, kind of dangerous for the fans, I suppose.
But they'll take it. I mean, nobody wants a corner kick here.
Yeah.
If you're Lou City, so good effort.
Yeah. Sometimes the fans have to be willing to take one for the team as well, I suppose. Cabrera. Cabezas, nice return. Davila, Zimla, ball toward the line and wide. Scissored toward frame. Never got there. Will be a corner. Wow.
Just beautiful build-up. You know, it's a very simple but effective give and go. It's the key right there. Still an opportunity here.
Corner RGV, header to the back post, and in! And RGV equalized for a second time tonight. Galindres comes right into the game and makes the ultimate impact. That is some of the best celebration we've ever seen in this league, period. 2-2.
Boy, oh boy, just as good as the goal. A great celebration. Happy faces around RGV. Another corner kick. And again, it's Cabezas winning. Initially, ball bounces around and Galindres right place, right time. Here's the header from Cabezas, a header from Aqua as well, who ends up with the assist. Just a tap in for Galindres just a few seconds after coming on. And it's 2-2, believe it or not.
Unreal. What a game tonight in Louisville. Header back finds Derek. Hey, Louisville 2023 ticket packages still available. Lou City's next home game here comes when they, well, I promise it's not RGV. I need to figure out what the next one is. It says RGV, but I don't think they're coming back. Wilson Harris coming into the game. That's it for Lancaster. Everything tonight for Lancaster but a goal.
Yeah, another good performance. Couple of chances early in the first half. Derek with a great save. Actually, the first opportunity of the match for Lou City.
Sub brought to you by Fortna. You want to try this again?
Let's do it.
All right. Next home game comes on Saturday, August 26th at 7:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends out to Lynn Family Stadium. Boys in Purple take on Oakland Roots SC. Tickets available loucity.com/tickets.
There you go.
I did it. We did it. Teamwork. Upward and onward. I don't know if you get in the car now. Some people might still make it to this. It might well be worth it. Ritondale. Torres. Brought down by Serrano. The way this game has gone, it feels like neither side is satisfied with a draw.
Oh,
if you're RGV, you feel like you're right there. If you're Louisville, you've led twice.
This is the type of game where I'll take 10 minutes of added time. Don't have a problem with that.
Louisville led for 8 minutes. Bookending halftime, they led for 8 minutes here in the second half. And RGV, through Cabezas and Galindres, have successfully parried away go-ahead goals from Maris and Winder. Powell's. Could he have his moment here? Levy's across. Harris! Derek did not spill it.
Well, a missed opportunity here for Lou City, especially with Powell's on the right side. I felt like he could have been a little bit more aggressive.
Winder. Will Serrano get there? Pimentel dog walks it over the line. By the way, RGV did not have a shot in the 30 minutes preceding their goal here in the second half. And RGV now have 8 goals via substitutes this year, most in the league.
Wow, what a stat.
Contemplative, but indeed a foul from Torres. Look at Winder, Serrano. Around Ritondale. Corner, Louisville City.
Well, let's see if they can turn things around. Conceded 2 goals from corner kicks. Now Louisville City, they have an opportunity here. Maybe score the game winner.
Mogel will take the 5-5 corner. Mogel falls to Serrano. Harris, Winder, Dia, Adams, blocked by Cabezas. He's gone down. Louisville continues. Cabezas back to his feet. Header from Tosh. Wow, what an intervention. Or Powell's is pounding that in. It was Pimentel.
Well, it's going to be a long 5 minutes for RGV. Tell you what, they are tired now, and it seems like Louisville City, they're going to put a lot of pressure on them to finish this game.
How much ruckus can Louisville create on this 5-5 corner kick? Mogel, good ball, leaning down to allow that through to Adams. Instead, out to Dia, who reserves. And it's Derek pirouetting in the air and pulling it down. Tonight's Lynn Family Sports Vision and Training Man of the Match, as voted on by the fans, Elijah Winder. It was a go-ahead goal in the 72nd minute, only to see Juan Galindres answer in kind. Cabrera. That hit with a little malaise. Powell's got his foot in, play on. Mogel. Harris can't find it. That gave Pimentel the time to overtake him. Isn't that the worst feeling in the world?
The absolute worst.
10,000 people are all going, it's right there. This RGV team will saddle up and head to the Alamo City of San Antonio on Wednesday night on ESPN2 for a Copa Tejas matchup.
Perfect setup tonight, to be honest.
Right.
With his performance out, I mean, you go into that game and you feel like you can win. National stage as well.
Referee stopping play for a collision of heads. I don't need a lip reader, I think, to figure out what Wes Sharpie's indicating.
There's another look. And, you know, when you're that aggressive in a 50-50 ball, most likely you're going to get called for the foul, especially if you're the defender. If that happens inside the box, it's a no call.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations, you know, it happens late in the game, middle of the field. It's almost like an automatic for the referee.
Well, we could see 3, 4, 5 minutes here.
I think so, yeah.
3 goals, multitude of subs. Mogel, brilliant, brought down by Harris, but that pesky offside flag.
Well, you know, I think Dia was making the run. If Dia gets to the ball, I think there's no offside, but since, you know, Harris makes a play for the ball, then that's an obvious call.
Serrano, Akwe. Well, here comes the pressure. Is there something magical here tonight for Louisville City? Stoppage time is presented by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. 4 added minutes. Dia, long throw, Akwe. Dia, away, an RGV counter. They can and they will. Cabrera spots Ritondale, but too long with the ball. Galindre is in the back of Winder.
Yeah, listen, at this point, you know, you appreciate the effort from Cabrera, but you need to have a better understanding of what the situation is. Your teammates are exhausted at this point. They're in a 1-against-4 situation. Just hold on to the ball.
That clearance allows Powell's back into frame. Back to Derek. 2 players down for RGV. Here's the interesting thing. Cabezas was down. Akwe went down after that, grabbing at his calf or hamstring. Looks like hamstring now. Watchful eye of Elton Garcia, you'd think, well aware. Players went down right at about 91. RGV could go to the bench if they want.
Yeah, they still have 2 substitutions available.
Players for RGV saying, no, no, don't make a change. So you'd think we're going to get over 95.
Yeah.
Maybe to 96.
Unless the referee has dinner plans.
Joella? Joella's hot chicken? Might be closed. Torres. Pinzon. May have shifted the momentum here and put RGV on the front foot at the very end. Davila. Adams. Davila. Stares down Mogel. Into the penalty area, RGV. And Pinzon! Oh, wow! That could have been the moment. It is off target. 2 changes for RGV. That is Settle and Nodarse coming in. The last 2 available subs.
So Wilmer Cabrera will be out of the game. Needless to say, one of the top performers for RGV tonight.
Well, with a 1.5 or so long stoppage and the subs, it's all up to the center referee, Elton Garcia now. Powell's. Header up. Mogel got it down. Harris returns. Carlos Mogel.
But it's hard to ask for patience at that point, and especially when we're well into added time.
I heard multiple whistles and almost fell out of my seat. That's a hurry up whistle, not a we're done whistle.
No, I think, Derek is playing his own game right now. And it's called time wasting.
Leading touch. That's Torres ripping it free. Pinzon. Ritondale hangs in the air. Zimla will start it the other way. Maybe there's another minute here. Maybe. Dia. Adams. That is in on the line, but retained illicitly. And Akwe and Dia having words. You said you wanted 11 extra minutes. You might get it.
Blame it on me. I wanted more soccer, though.
Yeah.
It feels like, out of 6 minutes. I mean,
2, 3?
Yeah, we've seen the ball roll around for 2 minutes, maybe.
By the way, the Rowdies bagged 4 unanswered to thrash Monterey Bay tonight. It means Louisville now. Whoa, straight red to Akwe. Akwe's been sent off for a hand near the throat of Dia based on the signal made by Elton Garcia. And Akwe is going to be unavailable for Wednesday night's game against San Antonio. That red card presented by World of Beer.
Yeah, that's obviously, a situation, a play that goes further away than the next few minutes. See if we can get a clear look into what happened, but it's clear that he'll be missing the next game against San Antonio. Big game, of course.
So there was no foul, by the way. This was only a throw. Referee's pointing at his watch saying, let's go. We have no idea how much time is remaining. None. No. Torres, RGV playing down a man and a center back at that. Into the stands, it's still with RGV. Even if Louisville does get it back, will Elton Garcia give them a chance to get upfield? Or is this the last chance of the game for RGV?
If you're RGV, you have to be really smart with the ball here.
Free kick, RGV, won by Ian Serro. Louisville's been beaten on set pieces twice tonight.
Yes. It's risky, though, to try it at this point. If you don't put a good ball in, you're looking at a counter-attack situation.
The wall is 2. Torres is cultured afoot as this league can provide. He'll need perfection. Torres offers, ball bouncing in the 6. That was nearly the moment for Cabezas. And that's it. That is full time. Cabezas quite nearly pushed that over the line on the last touch of the game.
What a game, Mike. What a game. A classic. Just an outstanding finish in terms of RGV, down a man, decides to go for it and get 3 points on the road against Lou City, and they come this close. Wow, just wow.
Well, Louisville can't believe it. Twice in this game they led, but RGV in both instances respond in just 8 minutes time. And it finishes 2-2. Tonight's final score is brought to you by Gorski Law Office. We'll wrap this one up on the other side of the break. What a wild game at Lynn Family Stadium. Louisville City 2, Rio Grande Valley 2.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Kroger, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Boost by Kroger Plus is more than worth it.
Give it to me, I'm worth it.
With 2 times fuel points and free delivery, you can save up to $1,000 per year. Try Boost free for 30 days. Kroger, fresh.
Game time, baby. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm ready. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. 'Cause it's game time. 'Cause it's game time. Cause it's game time.
RGV come from behind on 2 separate occasions tonight and grab a 2-2 draw at Louisville City. Neither side get what they came for, but they both leave with some prize. Pulse game presented to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. Mike and Jose, to wrap this one up, let's take a look at the full-time highlights. This game was wild. If coming into the game you didn't expect all that much, you're doubly impressed. Starting the 42nd minute, what a leave.
Yeah, a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Serious candidate for goal of the week. Manny Perez moves through the middle and sets up Dylan Maris for a great finish. Left-footed shot. Just impossible for Tyler to stop. And on to the second half we go. And early on, Mike, it's Cabezas with a beautiful finish as well, but a huge mistake defensively.
Great effort by Cabrera, and Louisville simply did not mark the captain.
That just can't happen. Yeah, it just can't happen. You know, as you look back into it, I'm sure Danny Cruz will look back to set pieces, and that's something that, you know, needs to be fixed immediately.
That makes it 1-1. How about try again, Winder?
Just it feels so good, you know, when you knock on the door several times in one play. That sequence finally, you know, ends up with an opportunity for Winder, and he just puts it all out there. You know, a great finish, but, you know, a feel-good type of goal.
Meanwhile, another set piece for RGV in the 80th.
Yeah, 80th minute, the celebration as well worthy of notice. Just a couple of headers, you know, initially Cabezas, then Acque, and the final touch from Galindez in the 97th minute. You know, a moment that didn't change the outcome of the match here tonight, but that will mean something for the next game for Acque, who'll be missing with the red card against San Antonio.
So watch and see here whether or not there was a hand up around the throat area of Dia right there. And Dia gestures immediately to Elton Garcia. Did you see it? And eventually Acque would be sent off with a straight red card. He'll miss the San Antonio game. Let's take a look at the full-time match stats. Pave Masters presents them. And this game largely even as we went along. Louisville City, long stretches of dominance, but again, they failed to take all 3 as a result.
Yeah, and I think that's the unfortunate part for Lou City. You look at the possession, 54% for RGV, but I think they're comfortable with the 2-2 draw. I think they play a solid game on the road. They get a point, you know, gain some momentum, and now they move on to the national stage playing against San Antonio, another big matchup. For Lou City, just they need to continue to get better, and I think they will. They have the talent, and obviously we've seen what they've been able to do throughout the years.
All right, so Louisville and RGV finished 2-2. Indeed, national stage next year for RGV when they take on San Antonio Wednesday night on ESPN2. Couple weeks away here for Louisville City before they get back to Lynn Family Stadium. The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety presented the Pulse game. Jose Rodriguez, our entire team, in Louisville. And beyond, Mike Watts saying, thanks for watching. What a thriller. RGV steal a point. It finishes 2-2. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.